When the Nintendo Switch was announced, everyone was worried that it wouldn't work out as well as advertised. However, as soon as people got their hands on it, they were amazed by it all. However, when it comes to the Mario Classic for the console Super Mario Odyssey, there was no doubt at all. The game was gonna be amazing and a huge hit. However, it's not perfect, because the game has some really weird glitches that can be useful, or utter garbage but fun to look at. So today we will look at our top 5 weirdest glitches seen in Super Mario Odyssey. Let's begin. Number 5.
To start off with a glitch called freeze time, which messes up the game severely and certainly makes it unplayable, so not a very useful one. Alright, this is how you do it. Now if you capture an enemy and collect a life up heart on the same frame and then decapture the enemy, something really odd happens. All enemies will become frozen and non-collectible, and all moving objects will also become frozen. You will be able to walk on hazardous surfaces without taking any damage, and no enemies will hurt you, which is probably the only advantage of using this glitch. If you fall into an abyss, your health meter will deplete to 0, however you will keep falling forever. The only way to get out when this happens is by quitting and restarting the game, as you are unable to access any pause menus. So as you can see, it really messes with the game in quite a major way without doing something actually useful. And the crazy thing is, this can even happen in normal gameplay. It's unlikely, but it can happen. Luckily enough, they got rid of it on February 21st, 2018 when an update patched the glitch.
Number 4. Now for a trick that doesn't have a huge effect and can actually be useful in the game when collecting moons. That's because there's a little critter in the game that you can capture and use to clip through certain things. Now in various kingdoms there are areas in which you can capture a being known as Glydon. Using this creature you can clip into things, and if you keep performing small jumps while facing away from the wall, this can get you pushed inside of and out of bounds. Using this you can get the caged gold power moon in the Lost Kingdom without using a trapeze, making it a useful trick for obtaining this moon. And it can actually be used almost anywhere as long as you can get your hands on the Glydon to do it with. So if you want to clip through some random walls, then you can do that. Heck, it's even used for another glitch with an extremely weird effect, but we will get to that later on. Number 3.
Now, while using enemies or other creatures that you can capture to perform glitches is very effective in a lot of scenarios, there are also some other usable things found within the world. One of these things is found in the well-known Metro Kingdom, also known as New Donk City. Here you will find a certain item known as the scooter. And this can be used to clip between the building with the RC car challenge and the directly adjacent building going out of bounds. This allows you to enter the area with the RC car challenge without obtaining the required costume to enter. However, there are also other places where you can pull it off in the world. For example, the Mushroom Kingdom, where you can use it to go underneath the world. Here you will just get the scooter, look for a specific tree with a tanuki tail, and then jump and drive on the middle of it while trying to go up. If you do this right, you will slip off and fall through the grass, ending up underneath the world where you can ride around now. But going to the wrong part underneath the kingdom may result in your death. Still a pretty neat trick though, however not very usable, only in some small cases.
Number 2. So far we have looked at some weird glitches, but at least understandable ones. As soon as you have seen them once, you know what happened. However, there are also some glitches in the game that have such a random and lightning fast effect that you don't always get it the first time you witness it. One of these has to do with the letters found in New Donk City. If you capture the letters and line these up, so at least one is on the boundary of the park and the M is facing towards the Odyssey, you can use a motor scooter to push said M into the other letter. Thanks to this, you can take it out of bounds when capturing it. This is quite a well-known trick. However, using this, we can do something quite wacky, because you can also launch one of these letters at high speed by capturing it after a taxi has driven into its hitbox, and then moving it so the hitboxes don't overlap anymore. This can cause them to blast off the ledge of the level or shoot straight through walls and loading zones. It does this at an absolutely insane speed, which can mess with your head a bit when you first see it because it's gone in a flash. Quite an insane glitch, but not really useful sadly enough. Number 1.
Now for the final glitch, which we have also covered in another video, which was all about capture glitches in the game. And this glitch is actually extremely useful in the game, maybe even more handy than all the other ones combined. In order to perform it, we will have to head over to Wooded Kingdom, where there is a Firebird inside a cage you're meant to open with Cappy. But if you use a little trick to get out of bounds, like the gliding clip we explained earlier, then you can reach the cage while still having Cappy. Once you glitch yourself through it and up inside, you can capture him and position him near the gate to get him out of there. Once this is done, the Firebird's AI basically breaks and he ends up being invincible to your jumps or attacks. He also jumps upwards when you jump on him, which in turn causes you and this enemy to rise into the air at a high speed, letting you reach various otherwise inaccessible areas. That's why it's so incredibly useful in the game. You can go as high as you want, so the options are endless. And as soon as you see it, you can understand why it's on this list. And with that being said, we thank you for watching our video. Hopefully the subscribe button doesn't glitch, cause you might want to click it if you enjoyed the video.